Welcome to
Kawaii Stories for GIGI Kids.
a place where
Kids like us
we'll be inspired.
by awesome Christian stories.
Are you ready for a super special treat this month? Maybe you have already heard, but we have an amazing 30 days devotional for you. This is specially for you with the story of Jesus. You get to meet him for 30 days. Jesus in the temple when he gets lost, right through when Jesus goes to heaven. This is a super special audiobook that you can listen to anytime, in the morning, in the day, or just before bed. You get to meet Jesus every day. It is so special and you love the sounds and music that are in it. So GIGI Kids, don't miss out on getting your copy of this devotional audiobook. So tell Mommy and Daddy to click the link below and you can have that book all to yourself, your own copy. Happy listening! Now we'll get into the podcast. Auntie Nina, is this a good spot to stop?
No, too dangerous.
What do you mean dangerous, Auntie Nina?
There is a lot of snake. Oh, I don't like snake.
Ew, I don't think I like snakes either. I'm too scared. What if they bite me? No, can we move away somewhere else?
Oh, let's go. I'll keep carrying the wood.
Hi, boys and girls. It's Esther here.
Hello, it's Poppy.
And we have Auntie Nina.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm back again. I'm so happy.
Today, Poppy and I are visiting Auntie Nina's farm because we have a super special campfire party. Yes, so we're going to roast marshmallows and we're going to sing songs with a guitar and eat yummy food.
But first, we have to find the right place. Okay, girls, follow me. We will set up near the lake.
Oh, this place is gorgeous. I love the view and the mountains. Auntie Nina, you're lucky to live here.
Yes, I am. And you know why? Sometimes I come this place and I sing and sing and sing.
Yes, you sing beautiful.
Oh, praise the Lord.
All right, I'll start setting up.
Yes, we stay for the night.
Are we safe from snakes here?
Yes, we are. The fire will keep them away.
Actually, that reminds me. In my glitter box today, I have 3 snake facts in my glitter box. Let's go have a look, boys and girls. Fact number 1. Did you know that snakes smell with their tongues? That is so weird. I didn't know that. I can't smell with my tongue. Fact number 2. Did you know that some species of snakes can fly? Flying snakes. Ew, that would be really scary. Apparently, snakes flatten their ribs into a concave C kind of a shape, like the letter C. And then they trap air under their bodies as they fall. Then they slide back and forth in the air like they're gliding, but also flying. Isn't that weird? And fact number 3. Did you know that snakes hear with their jaw that's on the side of their faces? Snakes don't have any ears, so they can't hear any sound waves. But they use their bones in their lower jaw to pick up vibrations. That's like movement in the ground. And they can hear if something's coming, like a mouse they want to eat. Ew! That's gross, but really interesting. I hope you found them interesting too. But to make sure you don't go near snakes. Anyway, that's all from me this time. Bye!
You know, girls, I remember that my dad told me a story about a snake. Very interesting.
Auntie, is that Grandpa's story the one you told me about the rattlesnake?
Yes, that's the one.
I love stories. Can you tell me, please? Yes. Can I tell her a story?
Okay, girls, okay.
Oh, but before we go into the story, we actually have a few shout-outs to do for the podcast. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Well, guess what, GIGI Kids? We got the most beautiful card in the mail from Renae that lives in Melbourne in Australia. Hi, Renae. We loved your picture. It was so beautiful. She drew Valentina and me and Esther.
Yes, and it was colorful and beautiful. And we're going to put it on our blog so that you GIGI kids can go and check out Renae's beautiful artwork.
Thank you so much, Renae.
We love that you love the stories. Thank you for listening. And now I have another shout out for Anna. And Anna is all the way from Florida, USA.
Hi, Anna.
And Anna's favorite story is Stompy the Little Elephant. So thank you so much, Anna, for listening. We loved getting your email. And from Mum as well. Hi, Mum. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
Have a wonderful rest of the day. And thank you so much for sending this through.
Bye.
So now we can go to our story. How about, Poppy, I get the marshmallows and the sticks, and you get the blankets.
Ooh, sounds like a plan.
And Auntie Nina can practice her voice to sing. The Rattlesnake, written by Mae Esther. The heavy fog of the early morning lifted slowly, and finally Diego was able to see the road. "Look, Papa, the fog is lifting!" He pointed excitedly as they neared the coffee plantation. His father smiled and ruffled Diego's dark hair. "It will keep on lifting as the sun comes up," he stated. Diego bounced from side to side as the old red truck maneuvered its way down the windy, bumpy road. He grabbed onto his father's arm and held on while the truck continued bobbing up and down. "You okay?" His father laughed. Diego nodded vigorously. This was fun. They were sitting in the back of the truck. He was on his way to work for the very first time, and he was with his papa. He was definitely okay. In the distance, Diego saw the plantation come into view. He gasped. Wow, it was huge! It was green with overflowing thick trees. It looked like a rainforest. "Papa is so gigantic!" Diego's blue eyes rounded in shock. The truck came to a sudden stop. Diego's dad, Don Jose, jumped off the truck and lifted Diego off. Diego looked around as heaps of people grouped outside the big red gate of the property. Everyone carried little bundles filled with food. Diego's stomach grumbled. He had been too excited to eat anything for breakfast. Now all he wanted was to have one of his mother's tortillas filled with homemade cream cheese and hot goat's milk. He licked his lips and walked over to his father, who was busy getting baskets and strings out of the back of the truck. "Papa, what time do we eat?" he asked, covering his eyes from the brightness of the sun. "About morning tea," his dad said. Diego's face fell. His dad threw his head back and let out a good laugh. "Only teasing, Diego. You can eat before we start work." Diego exhaled and happily gobbled his food of fresh tortillas filled with his mother's homemade cream cheese. In a little white cloth, she had even packed his favorite butter cookies. Soon the big red gates opened, and out came the owner with two men. Diego listened carefully. He didn't want to mess up. He had to work to help out his dad with the money. Poor kids like him didn't go to school. They had to work. Sometimes Diego wondered what it would be like to actually go to school like the rich kids from the big ranchos. His dad had taken him to their house a few times. He taught them how to horse ride. Diego would watch them come back from school in their dark blue pants and white dress shirt with a tie and white and blue backpacks. "Diego!" His father's voice broke through his thoughts. "Ready?" Diego stared as the people entered through the gates. He nodded timidly. Working felt fun, but also a little scary. They walked through the gates and Diego took in every single thing he saw. His father grabbed one of the baskets he carried, tied a rope in one corner and the other, and tightened that around Diego's shoulder. The little basket sat on his hip. He then gave him instructions on how to pick the coffee cherries. "Papa, how do you know when it's ready?" he asked his father. "Well," his dad walked over to a plant. "See here?" he pointed. Diego nodded. "When it's bright, deep red, then it's ready and ripe. It's ready to be harvested." Diego nodded and started to work. Some plants had white flowers and they smelled like orange. He liked that smell. After a few hours of being on his feet, Diego started getting tired. The little basket was beginning to get heavy and filled with coffee cherry. The plants were on steep mountain slopes, making him feel exhausted each time he climbed further up. He drank water and wet his hot, sweaty face. His dad looked over and hollered, "Diego, take a break, hijo." Diego exhaled and happily went to sit under a bushy green plant. He took the basket off his shoulders and hips and placed it on the side. Then he took his shoes off and let the cool breeze cool him down. "Don't walk around barefoot," his father called out. "There's too many dangerous snakes here." Diego nodded and looked around a little nervously. Dangerous snakes? He did not like snakes at all. Soon the snakes were forgotten as he wriggled his toes happily. Diego stood up and stretched his sore limbs. First day of work was really hard. He loved helping his papa, but maybe school would be less tiring. Just then he saw something flap by. He gasped. It was a turquoise-brown mot-mot. The khaki orange and light blue bird with a funny tail stopped and perched itself on a branch. Diego knew about the mot-mot bird because of its broken tail. Well, it wasn't broken. It was just shaped different than other birds' tails. Diego moved closer to the bird. His movement spooked it. It flew away. Then it stopped. Diego continued following the bird, going further into the dense coffee plantation trees. Soon he was off the path and running on the bushy ground. He forgot he wasn't supposed to run barefoot in the bush. All of a sudden, Diego stopped to take a deep breath and stood still. The ground under him no longer hard. It was soft and cushioned. He almost felt like he was wearing shoes again. Why did the ground feel so warm and soft? He looked down at his feet and saw himself standing on a thick diamond-patterned scaly animal. His breathing stopped, and suddenly he couldn't think, move or breathe. A snake! His heart beat faster, and Diego felt suddenly very lightheaded. Tears streamed down his eyes, and the only thing he could do was wait. Then someone lifted him off the ground and bolted down the windy, bushy path. When they finally stopped, Diego stared at his rescuer, his father. "Dad!" Diego cried. "The snake! The snake!" He pointed and mumbled, not being able to speak. His dad nodded. "I saw it, Diego. It was a rattlesnake." Diego's eyes widened. He had heard about rattlesnakes. His father looked at him and pointed to heaven. "God saved you," he began. "A snake attacks without mercy." Diego nodded. Yes, God had definitely saved him. He was sure of that. The rest of the afternoon, Diego continued thinking about how God had protected him from the snake bite. He knew that God had a special plan for him and was taking good care of his life.
Oh, that is such an amazing story. I loved it.
Yes, it's so good. All right, so how about we continue our bonfire party?
Woohoo!
Auntie Nina, are you ready to sing?
I am.
And your guitar?
Oh, yes.
Excellent. Okay, let's get singing. Bye, boys and girls. Till next time.
Goodbye, boys and girls. Bye.
And don't forget that you are GIGI kids, gorgeous in God's image.